somebody got very upset about it, sent me a message and said that he couldn't believe that's all the time I give my guys to DIAG. Now hold up a minute. I made a video about dispatching to strengths, and in that video I talked about DIAG and talked about the time that we allot for DIAG. And we start every single job that's coming into the shop with roughly an hour and a half on it. Obviously, you got oil changes, maintenance services, those may be less, but I'm saying like testing jobs start at a bare minimum of an hour and a half. That's 0.5 for a peace of mind evaluation that the shop pays for, and that's 1 hour for the initial testing. Now, sometimes it's less. If it's a very basic issue, you know, some cooling system pressure test, some basic oil leak deals, basic battery and charging system test, they are less than 1 hour in some cases. But here's the deal. I'm not saying that is all the testing that we're gonna charge for. I'm saying that's where we're starting at. I'm saying that's where we get our initial authorization. Now, if we have multiple concerns and they say, hey, my radio doesn't work, the rear hatch doesn't open, I have a check engine light on and it's leaking coolant, those are separate testing routines. I'm not putting them all together, and I'm not just paying my tech 1 hour for doing the testing. I'm charging for each one of these individually. Once I get into the job, if I look at the job and I say, hey, listen, we've done an initial evaluation, you know, in about 90% of all cases, that initial evaluation is able to determine the cause or causes of the client's concern. But if I get in there and I'm like, I got 50 COM codes, I have multiple systems involved, they don't even look connected, they're not on the same network, guess what? I'm gonna sell additional time to accomplish that. As Paul Danner from Scanner Danner talks about, I'm gonna suggest a retainer. I'm gonna say, hey, Mrs. Client, Mr. Client, I'm gonna put a retainer on this. We're gonna start with the fastest and easiest test first, and we're gonna go through these series of tests. We'll stop when we find the issue. We may not use the entire retainer, but I'm gonna start this retainer at $1,000. I'm gonna start this retainer at $2,000. I don't care what the testing is, and I don't care how much the testing costs. That's what it takes to fix the vehicle, and my guys are gonna get paid for what they're committing time to. I'm not working for free, and I'm not asking them to work for free. But it's sad that our industry would automatically jump to that and think that's the case, and think that's what all shops would recommend or all shops would be doing when they talk about this, because that's not right. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. My DIAG guy struggles with remembering to come and ask for the additional time. He struggles with saying, hey, I gotta stop right here. I need to get more time. He struggles with efficiency. He struggles with not bouncing from job to job and getting out of whack. And it can be hard to manage that, right? Like, we're fixers. We're not thinking about the clock. We're thinking about fixing the car, and we get, you know, face down into this issue, and we're really ingrained in the issue that we're dealing with. Next thing you know, you look up and it's been 2 hours. We're not hovering over our guys, holding them absolutely accountable to the exact hour. We do check in on them pretty much every hour and make sure things are moving well. But this is a two-part deal. The technician has to be efficient, and we have to bill for the time that a vehicle is in the shop. If you were a plumber and went to somebody's house to fix an issue, you'd bill for the time that you were at their house. Why is it unacceptable to do that in auto repair? I have no clue. But the reality is we have to do that to make the businesses profitable. So this is a balancing act between the technicians and the front of house, making sure that we're getting this time on the ticket, making sure we're calling for additional authorization, because we never do work that's not authorized first. We never spend the client's money without their permission. And it's also a balancing act of, is the testing taking longer than it should? Would another technician be able to look at this issue and solve the problem faster? As in, the client shouldn't be paying for you to learn how to fix the car. Now, I say that with a grain of salt. Every car is different, and in the independent world, we work on different cars every single day. So there is some learning that has to take place. I'm saying we shouldn't be out here changing parts and making a living by guessing and spending time because we didn't take enough time to understand the system, understand how it operates. We shouldn't be out here charging the client for our swaptronics so we could figure it out. I think we need to have a verified testing path moving forward. That doesn't mean 1 hour. I don't think 1 hour is sufficient in some cases. Again, in 90% of all cases it is, but in some cases it's not. So that's just my opinion. I hope it helps some of you. I hope it clarifies what I was talking about. And I hope y'all have a good one.